Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Only a few videos of giant creatures are considered genuine. This is understandable given how well people have learned to manipulate the internet. Whether or not you believe these stories, it doesn't change the fact that giant creatures roam our planet. This video opens our eyes to 10 times giant creatures were captured on camera. Number 1. Creature of the Fog. Like this YouTuber, most of us are curious about our environment, so we go the extra mile to satisfy this curiosity. This man was having a normal day until suddenly the fog appeared in the sky and he figured it was the best time to discover something. With his camera in hand, he set out on the adventurous journey. It would have been easy to give up the exploration because nothing happened within the first few minutes. He inched further into the center of the fog but stopped at the sight of the creature. It resembled a giant centipede or a snake with multiple legs. The creature crawled slowly in the sky as though the body was too heavy for it. While the YouTuber tried to figure out what was happening, the giant disappeared. He was too scared to track it and ran home in fear. You can tell from his footsteps and the shaky camera that he's really scared. Thankfully, the creature didn't hurt him for spying. Number 2. Indonesian Creature. Indonesian locals contacted scientists to examine a huge animal washed ashore on their island. The 15-meter-long carcass had no name because eyewitnesses hadn't seen a thing like it. Fortunately, scientists didn't have a hard time naming it. They identified it as a baleen whale. However, there was a long debate about the species and the cause of death. It's most likely a bluefin or bronze whale. It's no longer news to find whale carcasses washed ashore. The most likely explanation is that the fish may have been poisoned or collided with the ship. This may have resulted in an injury that prevented internal gas from escaping. Therefore, it doesn't sink into the ocean's bottom. Normally, dead whales sink into the water where they become food for worms, sharks, and hagfish. This whale was initially considered an abandoned boat when the first eyewitnesses saw it. Because it was dark, he didn't make noise about it. Number 3. Tortoises. The Aldabra giant tortoise is a giant species native in Aldabra Island in the Indian Ocean. It's one of the largest tortoise species on the planet and one of the longest living animals. Studies show that they can live for up to 255 years. They're the only giants left in the family, as the last ones became extinct with the arrival of human settlers. This creature boasts a gigantic dome-shaped shell acting as protective armor to its vulnerable body. Its long neck is used to tear leaves from its branches. Males grow up to 1.1 meters long, while females are slightly smaller. Males weigh nearly 100 kilograms, but their female counterparts weigh less. These slow-moving animals have thick, short, and flat feet that help them walk on the sand. This giant tortoise lives on grassland and swamps in the Aldabra Islands, which form part of the Sakili Island chain in the Indian Ocean. This tortoise is more active in the morning before the temperature becomes unbearable. Despite being slow, they're usually faster at the sight of food. Number 4. White lion. The most exciting part about being a wildlife photographer is that you don't know what to expect. However, you're excited about every adventurous journey because it unveils a discovery. James Sutter visited Kruger National Park after hearing many stories about the place. One of the highlights of his visit was the pride of rarely seen white lions. White lions are indigenous to the Timbavati region, but haven't been sighted for decades. Therefore, it's thought that they didn't exist there. It was challenging capturing these lions on film. However, he was committed to getting that beautiful footage before leaving the place. He found a pride of lions and noticed that the older male was alive and healthy. The white coat on the animal is not the result of albinism but leucism, a condition where the pelt is white, but the eyes and skin are pigmented. While lions are bred in small farms or cages for the trophy hunting industry in South Africa, they're protected species and can be found in the wild. Number 5. Blue whale. Blue whales grow to an incredible size and have an alluring appearance. Not only do these physical features make them attractive, but it also causes onlookers to pause for minutes to watch. For mammals that weigh between 12,000 to 400,000 pounds, it's shocking to learn that they can jump. As their large bodies reach the water's surface, they propel themselves up and hang in midair for a split second. This second lasts long enough for anyone to capture it in a picture or video. Afterward, they crash into the water with their massive bodies making a loud noise. Scientists say the major reason these whales jump out of the water is to communicate effectively. Although the specifics of the communication are unknown, it's believed to be concerning their location or warning their mates against predators. It may also show humans that they can maneuver the water too. Another possible reason is that they do it to show their eating patterns. Jumping is instrumental in scaring the prey and making feeding easier. As for males, they may jump to prove to their competitors that they can mate. Number 6. Queensland Grouper. The Queensland Grouper is one of the largest ray-finned bony fish in the ocean. It's part of the family of Sirenidae, which includes coral, trout, cod, and smaller anthias. This group species is protected in Australia, as catching it can land you in trouble. They're found across the Indo-Pacific region of Africa and Hawaii. In Australia, they prefer temperate waters. While they prefer shallow waters, they're sometimes found at depths of 100 meters. At maturity, it reaches 3 meters long and weighs nearly 400 kilograms, earning them the title of the giant grouper. Juveniles have dark yellow markings on their skin. Like other members of the Sirenidae family, they have large mouths allowing them to swallow their prey whole. These groupers have a large appetite and are opportunistic ambush predators. This means they're not active hunters, but wait for their prey to come close to them. When a catchy animal swims past it, it opens its large mouth to create a suction to swallow the unfortunate prey whole. Number 7. Giant Squid. Giant squids are rarely sighted in the ocean, but when they do, the news becomes the talk of the town. Spectators on a pier in Toyama Bay in central Japan were graced with the sight of this animal. The giant swam under the fishing boats and came near the water surface of Toyama Bay. The squid hung around the bay for hours before returning to the open waters. A submersible camera swimming near the sea monster captured this clip. Researchers confirmed that the squid wasn't injured but looked lively. Scientists report several cases of Architeuthis squid trapped by fishing nets in the previous season between November to March. They believe there could be more, but they're unreported. Giant squids grow up to 13 meters long and inhabit deep waters. It's therefore shocking to see one wander into the bay. This creature was considered a myth many years ago, since no one had ever verifiably seen one or had any footage. The species was the inspiration for the mythological kraken. Number 8. Huge Sunfish. Researchers were astounded at the sight of a 4,000-pound sunfish off the coast of Ceuta. The fish was 3.2 meters long and 2.9 meters wide. Researchers confirmed that they had only seen this huge animal in books, not in real life. The fish was isolated in a chamber attached to the boat before being lifted aboard with a crane. After examining its rounded grooves, dark gray skin, and prehistoric-looking head, the specimen was confirmed to be a Mola alexandrin, a subspecies of the Mola sunfish genus. The scientists couldn't believe a time would come when they would touch such a giant fish. They were careful to avert any accidents. After taking pictures and videos, it was returned to its 700-meter home. Hopefully, huge sunfish like this one swim on the water's surface often to help scientists uncover some more details. Number 9. Massive unidentified sea monster. Workers at an oil rig reported seeing an unidentified creature in the water. No one paid attention to these claims. You wouldn't blame anyone for doubting since there was no concrete proof. In 2018, their suspicions gained more attention after a camera captured the creature off the coast of Great Britain. Locals freaked out about the news because it suggested they were in danger. They wondered about the monster species and if it was dangerous. They suspected it was a jellyfish or a whale placenta. According to researchers, people who called it a jellyfish were right after all. They said it was a deep-sea jellyfish. They gave reasons why it wasn't a whale placenta. A predator would have eaten it if it sank 5,000 feet into the water, since 95% of the ocean is unexplored. We wouldn't be too shocked if the researchers thought they were mistaken for calling the creature a jellyfish. Number 10. Hairy Blob. Locals on a Philippine island woke up to hear that a huge creature had invaded their beach. Before they got to the site, the huge creature was dead. Video evidence suggests that the animal was 20 feet long and weighed over 4,000 pounds. The strange animal was covered in long white hair. The footage soon went viral, with scientists questioning if the species was new. A similar one was washed up along an island in Chile in 2003. The 13-ton animal was believed to be a giant octopus. However, this blob isn't as mysterious as everyone thought. It was in its late stage of decomposition when it beached on the island. The remains were believed to be a dugong or manatee, but a team from the municipal office of Cagdiano said it was a whale. The hair on its skin is probably decomposed muscle fibers. However, the earthquake on the island some months ago caused these strandings to be more often than normal. Until next time, adios.